Welcome back to another episode of the Eek of the Week. I'm your host, Albert Einstein, but you can call me Owly with an OWL. We are back at it again. I know it's been, I don't even remember the last time I uploaded, but it's been a little while since I've uploaded. Took a little break after the marathon of posting. I hope you missed me, because I missed you guys. All 7 of you now. I believe I'm up to 7 followers, which is a big deal to me. So thank you so much for joining us. If you are liking these stories, if you're liking these different series that I'm doing, we did one on serial killers, there was one on cults. Now I'm moving into LolCows. If you don't know what those are, I'll explain it again in just a minute. But thank you so much for joining us, and if you're liking what we're doing over here, I say we, it's just me. Well, I should say we, because it's not just me, it's me and the ChatGPT bot that I am prompting and narrating AI-generated horror stories, documentary style, serial killer readings, just all different kind of things like that. You can tell I'm a little rusty coming back to this because I don't ever write these intros. I don't ever write anything down unless it's, I've got notes or something over here to look at with what I'm reading. You can tell it's been a while since I've uploaded and recorded anything, so we're going to get back into it tonight with the next LolCow. A LolCow is, I'm getting ahead of myself. I should always start this with the listener discretion is strongly advised for any of the content matter over here. It is typically R-rated, which means we could come across topics like violence, sexual assault, anything nitty-gritty, nasty, dirty that human beings are just, some, not all of them, but some of these human beings are just awful people. If any of that is triggering or upsetting or disturbing to you, maybe give this episode a skip. This guy is not the worst. He's no Ted Bundy. He's no who's the other guy? John Wayne Gacy. He's no no monster like that. He's just a LolCow, which is LOLCOW, lol, like LOL. But LolCows are people that are internet personalities that are kind of, they make spectacles of themselves without even realizing it, which means it's, prime fodder for audience members to poke fun or, turn somebody into a meme or, hate watch or something like that, where they will troll them, basically, go into their comment section, or if they're on live, they'll, send super chats to just troll the person to get them riled up, or, I don't know, these people think they are, the entertainment that people should be watching, that they have like an overinflated sense of self or ego, I guess, and so they've got pretty big egos, but these people really just end up making themselves look foolish in the end with their behaviors, their antics, their habits. It's, anything. And like I said, I'm really into like the cringe content on on the internet. And if it makes my skin crawl, if it makes me, go, or, make a face or something, I'm all about it. I love the horror stories. I love the LolCows. I love it all. This one today is about KingCobra JFS, or Josh Saunders, or Cobes, as he's affectionately referred to. I think this guy has I don't want to say the best, but he is, or I don't want to say the worst either. It's like, he's got quite the troll following, and he refers to his trolls all the time as, I think he's got this vendetta against his trolls, and he kind of has an affection towards them, not like in any kind of like romantic sense or anything like that, but it's like, like a stray dog that keeps coming and eating, off the plate on your back porch, and he just keeps putting food out for them, so they keep coming back. So I think that's a good analogy, a way to put that. But yeah, let's get into this next story. Let me set up here. I've got 3 monitors. I don't really use this one while I'm recording. I'll glance at it to see what my goofy friends are up to. Usually goofy shenanigans. So let's see. Alright, let's get into it. This is done in the style of like I prompted it to make like a documentary style for me to narrate. So you'll get like an intro. Let's see. Now again, I don't really read over. Okay, I got a GoPro. This is my treat to myself, and I was playing with it earlier. I might do some like vlog content. I don't know. My life is not that exciting, but I might do a little something. Um, Another, I guess, news or point that I wanted to is that I might be posting some of these over on YouTube. I'm gonna think about it. I probably should, because since I'm doing videos now, it'd be a shame not to post on a video site. Not that Spotify has been terrible at all. I've really been enjoying doing these, and it's getting me more comfortable being in front of the camera. Because normally I don't like seeing myself. I don't know about anybody else out there. I think body dysmorphia is dysmorphiaing. But yeah, it's same with like listening to my own voice. I was playing on a karaoke. I'm rambling at this point. I was playing on a karaoke app called Smule for the longest because I'm a singer. Ooh, see, I'm all over the place. I'm a singer, and it really helped me hone my instrument, which is my voice. It really helped me with my breath work and singing. It helped me like have an ear to listen to my own voice. I know people kind of, again, cringy, but some people get cringe out or like listening to their own voice. Or like if you hear, have you ever like called your, back in the day when you would hear your own like voicemail thing, or you could like record it yourself? I don't think people do that anymore, but it used to like really make my skin crawl to hear my own voice, but now I don't mind it so much anymore. And I'm here doing this, speaking a lot, so I hear my own voice. It still sounds different on the other end as opposed to, you know, your internal hearing yourself speak. I have severely digressed. I promise there's a story here today. So let's get into it. Okay. All right, this one's called, I'll get into my story voice here. See, not prepared. You could first day back. It's like I took a vacation. First day back. All right, this one's called KingCobra JFS, the Wizard of Wyoming. You're listening to Digital Descent, a series that dives deep into the most bizarre personalities of the internet age. Today's story? It's about gothic wizardry, cheap liquor, cursed wands, and a man who lives at the chaotic intersection of sincerity and spectacle. This is the story of Josh Saunders, better known online as KingCobra JFS, one of the most infamous LolCows to ever grace YouTube. And trust me, this one gets greasy. Chapter 1: The Origin of the Cobra. Josh Saunders was born in Casper, Wyoming on March 26, 1991. From the beginning, life wasn't easy. Josh was born with a laundry list of neurological challenges: autism, schizophrenia, and a condition known as nystagmus, which causes his eyes to twitch involuntarily. He was also born with a cleft palate, which contributed to his characteristic nasal voice and slurred speech. But despite these obstacles, Josh sought attention. He craved it. In high school, he wore all black outfits, a trench coat, and fingerless gloves. He adopted a self-styled gothic persona, mixing elements of vampire lore, fantasy novels, and metal music. This was no phase. This was King Cobra being forged in the fires of isolation and fantasy. His YouTube channel, KingCobra JFS, launched in 2010. The JFS stood for Josh Fierce Saunders, a middle name he gave himself. The content? Raw, rambling vlogs where Josh offered dating advice, smoked from hand-carved pipes, and ranted about the injustices of the world. But instead of fame or support, he attracted an entirely different breed of viewer: trolls. And they would make Josh a permanent resident of the internet's dark carnival. I am going to add a couple little commentary, blurbs in here with this episode. This first paragraph got it spot on, is that if you can imagine that kid in high school that tried so hard to be gothic, wore the clothes, wore the makeup, dyed the hair, the whole thing was just so socially awkward. but wanted the attention. You know, wanted the friends, wanted to be in his own, like, you know, group of people. He wanted to be accepted, which I think that's, you know, just about everybody on the planet wants to be accepted somewhere. But yeah, I think that first paragraph knocked it out of the park. And I'm really hoping that as we keep going, that it's gonna capture just his essence, his. If anybody remembers the Peanuts cartoon, Pigpen, who had this cloud of dust just all surrounding him all the time, kind of like Josh. All right, Chapter 2, The Trolls Move In. By 2013, Josh had become a full-blown LolCow, a term used online to describe someone who is unintentionally funny or cringe, and thus endlessly milked for entertainment. And trolls milked him hard. They sent him fake fans, fake girlfriends, and even fake sponsors. Some would order pizzas to his apartment or leave disturbing voicemails while pretending to be his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. But Josh, he welcomed the attention, even if it was negative. It meant people were watching. And then came the drink. Alright, I don't think we have much more here. Okay, Chapter 3, The Alcohol Arc. One of the most defining elements of KingCobra JFS is his relationship with alcohol. Cobra loves booze, not in moderation, but in apocalyptic quantities. His go-to drink, Steel Reserve, Bud Light, Tactical Soap, and Mountain Dew, mixed with whatever's on hand. He calls it a drink combo. I don't think the Tactical Soap is supposed to be in there, but that is a part of the JFS lore, is the Tactical Soap. Is that something that he swears, because I think it's got like pheromones in it or something, but he swears up and down that it'll get you laid if men, you know, use that Tactical Soap or something. But that's part of it. These videos were infamous. The camera is pointed up at his stained ceiling. Josh sits in a grimy chair surrounded by clutter and cigarette butts. The drinks go down, he rambles, he yells at trolls, he casts spells, and slowly, visibly, he descends into incoherence. These moments are pure, unfiltered Cobra, both pitiful and captivating. Eventually, his alcohol-fueled lifestyle began to take a toll on his health, on his relationships, and especially on his wand business. Chapter 4, Wands, Women, and Woe. Yes, wands. Josh has long claimed to be a practicing Gothic wizard. He makes wands out of sticks, electric tape, and hot glue, and sells them on Etsy. They're wonky, lumpy, and wildly overpriced. But here's the kicker. They sell out. Every time. His customers? Mostly trolls. They buy them ironically, post reviews mocking him, and drive up the artificial demand. Josh takes this as proof of his magical prowess. And in his mind, his spellcraft isn't just real, it's sacred. But magic couldn't solve his biggest heartache, the dry spell. Josh's obsession with getting a girlfriend is legendary. He frequently posts about being single and ready to mingle, but his criteria are specific. His ideal woman is Gothic, of age, non-related, alive, human, cisgender, consenting, and preferably female. Yes, he lists those every time. He even made a chart about it. But relationships never materialized. Some trolls pretended to be women flirting with him. He fell for it every time. One fake girlfriend even broke up with him on live stream. Josh cried on camera. It was hard to watch, like a punchline that went on too long. And yet, he streamed again the next day. Chapter 5, The Apartment of Madness. Josh lives in what's become known as the Cobra Lair, an apartment as infamous as the man himself. The walls are stained with ash. The kitchen is a biohazard zone. There are rumors of maggots in the trash, mold in the fridge, and a floor you'd stick to if you stood still too long. The trolls once paid a neighbor to film the inside of Josh's apartment during a maintenance visit. The footage was like something out of Silent Hill. Unwashed clothes, broken furniture, crusty pans stacked high, and a toilet that looked like it had seen a battle. And yet, Josh refuses to clean. He calls it organized chaos. He claims it's no one's business, and for the most part, he's right, except he broadcasts it to the world. Chapter 6. The Decline, or the Victory? In recent years, Josh's drinking has only intensified. His speech is more slurred, his body bloated and pale. He often nods off during streams. Trolls send him more booze, more fake opportunities, more chaos, and he takes it all. They accuse him of wasting his life. But here's the paradox of KingCobra JFS. He's not trying to be a spectacle. He is a spectacle. And while most people would be crushed under the weight of such intense mockery, Josh thrives in it. He makes money. He has an audience. He has fans, real and fake. He lives exactly the way he wants. Disgusting? Yes. Sad? Often. But authentic? Absolutely. And that's what makes him so damn magnetic. So what do you call a man who lives in filth, drinks himself into a stupor, and gets mocked by thousands daily? A loser? A victim? A survivor? Maybe Josh Saunders is all of the above. Or maybe he's something else entirely. A grimy mirror held up to the internet, reflecting all the chaos, obsession, and voyeurism we claim to hate, but just can't stop watching. After all, you clicked. And that's the real magic of KingCobra JFS. Thank you so much for joining us for this one, and we'll catch you in the next one.